Hey everyone, I'm getting a message and I've been getting this message since this morning in my head. I keep hearing this phrase and I feel like it's a message for me and also for the collective. The message is cutting off is still running, okay? Let's see what this is about. Let's see what we need to hear. As always, take on board what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm getting there, guys. My voice is back. It's not 100% yet, but it's getting there. So let's see what you need to know or that you need to hear or what I need to hear in this message today. Cutting off is still running. Talk about running. This person actually is the Knight of Swords running into the distance, okay? This is kind of like, I need a reason. I need a reason to run is what's coming through, okay? And even though the funny thing about this card that's also highlighted to me here is that there's always something behind you chasing you, okay? You feel like you need to bolt from things. Why are you doing that? Why am I doing that? Let's see why. Let's see. The Emperor. Okay. So for all of you, for a lot of you, not all of you, I shouldn't assume, but for me anyway, I feel like there's been a lack of dependability on a person or people in your life. You feel like you never are able to rest on something or someone, hang your hat on something, okay? You always have had to, when you've tried to do that, it always falls. Like, for example, friendships, the person betrays you or hurts you. In relationships, they're flaky, they don't show up, right? They come in and out, they're hot and cold. And you've gotten used to this running energy, and in your head, you're your own stability. Everything is, you control everything, is what you're thinking, right? Because you can control how steady you are. But you also cut people off and run from them. But the thing is that even though you think you're being stable, you're actually kind of being flaky in your own way, right? And what people are actually being in your life is what you're kind of being to yourself. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's see. Let's dig a little bit more here. Yeah, look at this. Lack of stability, Hierophant in reverse, and also the Six of Pentacles. For me, I know I'm working through my running issues, my commitment issues, my need to incessantly not depend on anybody, my insistent need to not let down my guard or be vulnerable with someone. I'm actually wanting to settle down, right? And when I say settle down, that's not just in relationships, but also grounding myself somewhere with people in general. I want to be able to have that with people in my life, to have that stability, to have that building with someone and something, right? And I feel like in a lot of friendships and relationships in the past, I would run. I would give maybe 5% of myself, or enough for them to feel like they're connecting with me, but did I ever let them close? Probably not, okay? And as soon as it starts to get close, I start to kind of freak out. So I feel like this is what you do, and then you kind of just run, or you want to run. In my case, it's been a pattern of wanting to run. I've been forcing myself not to, but, let's see. Okay. It's a mental conflict because this controlling part of you wants to keep yourself safe, okay? And I've made a commitment to myself this year that I'm going to speak how I feel or follow things that I normally wouldn't do, regardless of the outcome, okay? So in my life, I've been quite open and honest about how I feel, right? People know how I feel about them, about what's going on with me. I'm being a lot more vulnerable with them. Sometimes it doesn't pan out though. Sometimes I don't get that stability. But there's something that I've done, and it's something that I'm learning to do, and I feel like you need to learn to do. And I feel like for me, my natural instinct is to want to go back to this. I want to retreat. I want to go back to the safety of being in control. But I know that safety is not going to get me the stability that I'm seeking, because I can't just rely on myself to get stable on my own. I need building blocks, foundations. I need networks. I need people in my life, and I need love. And for people to love me, I need to allow them to love me. I need to allow for them to come close to me. So what have I done in my life? I've tried to cut off a lot of people that have made me shut down or make me shut down. And that's where this mental conflict, because I feel for a lot of you as well as myself, is that this is where we're at that kind of crossroads where we want to just bolt, right? But we know that if we cut things off and run and don't stay here, that it doesn't make it go away. You kind of just fall back into an old pattern, and I won't let myself do that, because I know that there are people that love me. There are people that are stable for me. There are people that are safe. I mean, my family are an example of that. So why can't there be people like that? It's just that I haven't known it. And what I don't know is uncomfortable, as do you, okay? So maybe you haven't had stability in your life. Maybe you haven't had people show up. But if you don't try, you don't know. Queen of Wands. I feel like for a lot of you, and for me also, this message that's coming through is you want to wreak havoc. You want to kind of do what you've always known. I know for me, I'm in a very uncomfortable energy. I did something that I normally wouldn't do not too long ago. I sent a text message, and that text message didn't get responded to or looked at. But it's kind of like, well, I did what I did. And I stand by it, right? This person either reciprocates or not, it doesn't matter. With the messages that I send in my life, or the things that I am doing, the actions that I'm taking, I know I'm closer to that vulnerability and opening up. So what is coming up for a lot of us is we need to take steps, even if they're scary, even if we fall flat on our face, even if we don't get responses, even if we don't really, we need to stop expecting that things we do will always yield us the answers and the reactions that we want all the time, and stop those reactions from scaring us to keep going, right? I'm not going to stop trying to connect. I'm not going to stop my life. I don't play games, right? I just think for me now, it's about me just going, I'm going to live in this authenticity of, I'm going to do this. And so what? So be it. So what if it hurts? I'll get over it. But I did, and I said what I needed to. Right? Sometimes we need to do that. So what are you holding on to that you're not saying? What are you running from? Why are you running? You're scared. You want to start something. You want a beginning. You actually want this. You want to birth this. It doesn't necessarily need to be a child. It may be. For me, it's about me finding stable, loving, committed people in my life. Stability. Me settling down. When I say settling down, that means not feeling that I need to run. What about you? And I always wonder if my love of travel has always been something about me running. I don't think so. I've always had a love of culture, and it's funny that this actual empress has the world on her tummy. Very fitting for me. So I'm birthing a world where I can travel but still be stable in my own self. What are you trying to bring in, and what are you actually avoiding? This is a very deep message. Let's get a couple more. You're running from heartbreak. Okay. I get it. I'm really good at this too. But it's not getting me any closer to getting that heart whole when I run. Right? So you're being asked to stop running. Yeah, stop running. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. But you need to do this if you want to get to where you want to go. I hope this helps. Have a beautiful day. God bless. And if you want me to look at your specific situation, the links are in my bio. I'd love to read for you. Have a beautiful day. God bless. And I'll see you next time.